Honors Pre-Calculus Final Exam Review. We're doing question number 20. Number 20 says, find the area of a sector of a circle having radius r and central angle theta. Express the angle to the nearest tenth. So the key word here is area, and we're given an r and a theta. So we need to know the formula for the area of a sector. For the exam, you will have a set of formulas, but they won't be identified by name. So you will have on your formula sheet, you will have S equals r theta. You will have A equals 1/2 r squared theta. You will have omega equals theta over t, and you will have V equals r omega. But you won't know which of these formulas is which. So we need to know which one's the area formula. And for area, that's easy to figure out because it's probably the one with the A in it. So we need to know that this is the formula we're going to use. So we're going to use A equals 1/2 r squared theta. Then we need to start looking at what values we're going to plug in. So we have r equals 20.0 meters, and we'll keep track of our units as we go through here. So r equals 20.0 meters, and it says that theta is equal to 20 degrees. And of course, you're aware that one of the important things that we need to consider when we're doing work with any of these formulas is that our theta must always be in radians. This theta is in degrees, so we need to convert it. And we're going to convert it by multiplying by pi radians over 180 degrees. And again, if you have trouble remembering which of these goes on top when we're converting from degrees to radians or radians to degrees, do I multiply by pi over 180 or 180 over pi? I usually just think of it as a unit conversion. We have degrees, so I want degrees on the bottom so that degrees will cancel out. And I know 180 degrees equals pi radians, so that's how I know how to set the fraction up. So now I can multiply this across. I could get a decimal right away if I want, but why not go ahead and take advantage of the fact that we can reduce these very nicely and we get pi over 9 radians for our theta. Now we can go ahead and plug these values in. So 20.0 for the r, pi over 9 for the theta, and then we're going to be able to say that our area is equal to 1/2 our 20.0 meters squared times our theta, which is pi over 9 radians. And from here, I'm looking for a decimal answer because the problem says, wherever it is, the problem says express the answer to the nearest tenth. So that tells me I'm looking for a decimal. I actually don't want an answer with pi in it this time. So I'm ready to just go ahead and put this in my calculator. I could do some of this in my head. 20 squared is 400, half of 400 is 200, 200 pi over 9. We could do that. But let's instead, since we spent a lot of money on our calculator, let's use it. We have 1/2, so you could either do 1 divided by 2 or you could do 0.5. And then we're going times 20. Of course, we don't need the 0.0. And then we're going to go times pi over 9. So we can just go pi divided by 9. Of course, on these nice TIs, we don't even have to say times in between. It knows it's times. And then we just hit enter. We get 3.49. But we're going to pay attention to the fact that the problem said round to the nearest tenth. So our 3.49, we're going to say that's approximately equal to 3.5. And that's our numerical result. Now we need to look at the units. We're dealing with area, so area would have to be in square meters, meters squared. And we can see that in the problem that if I take meters and square them, I get meters squared. Remember that when radians combine with any other unit, they're going to go away because radians aren't really a unit, they're really a ratio. So we can see by looking carefully at the units, if I square the meters, I get meters squared. Meters squared is what I want for area. That's a hint to me that helps me know that I picked the right formula. It's called unit analysis. And that's my answer to number 20. Finding the area of a sector, and number 21, you're going to do it exactly the same way. Convert your theta. Now, if they gave you theta in radians, then we could skip that step. We wouldn't have to convert. So you have to watch. Did they give me theta in degrees or radians? They give it to me in degrees, so I would have to convert it. 18.7 is my radius. This time it's going to be in miles, so my area is going to be in square miles. But 21, you're going to do it the same way that we just did number 20.